So here is a demo of how you can use Coffee Chat Coach. So I'll start a conversation where I have to do a networking coffee chat, and I'll use the coach to form my conversation and structure it. Hello.
Hi there, I'm your coffee chat guiding coach. To start, could you tell me a little bit about, I'm glad to help you prepare. Can you tell me what your goals are for this coffee chat and what you hope to gain from the mentor?
Yeah, so this coffee chat is with a McKinsey consultant, and I'm meeting him to understand about the company role. And also, I want to impress him that there is an indirect chance that he might have a role to play in shortlisting the candidates for the interview.
Okay, that's helpful context. It sounds like you want to gather information and also make a positive impression. Do you have specific questions about the company or the consultant's role that you've prepared?
I have not yet. I was hoping that if you could help me. One of the things on top of my mind was like what is day to day looks like, but I've heard this from multiple consultants. It might sound like a repetitive question.
That's a very common concern. Asking about the day to day can be valuable, but it is important to make it sound fresh. Instead of asking directly, how would you feel about framing it around specific projects they have worked on?
Interesting. So I should ask like what are some interesting projects or that they really enjoyed working in last 1 year, or what was a challenging project, and then probe a little there. Uh, does that sound good?
Yes, that's a great approach. It allows you to understand their day to day while also showing your interest in their specific experiences. Would you like help brainstorming other question ideas?
One thing I wanted to also understand is that it's a casual conversation, right? So how should I approach it? Should I be pitching myself, or uh, yeah, that was I was hesitant about.
That's a good point. It's a coffee chat, not an interview. Instead of pitching, try focusing on building a genuine connection and showcasing your interest through thoughtful questions. How does that sound?
Okay, so what could be other example of thoughtful question or presenting like how I could add value or be a good candidate in future?
One option could be asking about the skills they find most valuable for success at the firm. You could also inquire about what they look for in team members. Would you like to explore those further?
Yeah, why? Yeah, what do you mean? Like, how should I frame that question?
For instance, you could ask, what are some of the most valued skills you've seen in successful consultants at the firm? Or, what qualities do you appreciate most in your team members? Does that help clarify?
That does. One other thing is, should I just go and order the coffee, or like wait for him and go together and then order, like just minor thing?
That's a thoughtful question. It's generally good to wait for them so you can walk in and order together. It allows for a smoother and more collaborative start. Does that make sense?
That sounds good. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that I should keep in mind?
One more tip. Remember to be an active listener and allow the conversation to flow naturally. Prepared questions are good, but don't be afraid to follow up on interesting points they raise. How do you feel about that?
That's interesting. And what is the check that I'm doing active listening? Because sometimes I try to, but like it's easy to get sort of carried away into the question that you want to ask.
That's a great point. A good check is to briefly summarize what they've just said before moving to your next question. It shows you're engaged. Would that help?
Yeah, that does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so this was a demo of a chat. Like I created a typical consulting networking chat, but you could use it for meeting a mentor or speaking to your boss, like any scenario where you have to do coffee chat experience. You can try and you can use it as a coach to structure the conversation, brainstorm and recreate or rehearse the scenario before it happens. Thank you so much.